Ang susunod na programa ay rated PG. Patnubay at gabay ng magulang ay kailangan sa mga batang manonood.
Maayong buntag kaninyong tanan. Welcome sa atong programang Gikan sa Masa para sa Masa karong adlong Domingo, Oktubre 25 tuig 2015. Kita madunggan sa imo ka sa DXAB 1226 ug makita no sub sa channel 61 ug 62 sa Sky Cable. Ako si Attorney Geraldine Chu ug ato lamang gihapon makauban alang sa atong mga hisgutanan walay lain kundi ang atong Mayor Rodrigo Duterte. Maayong buntag, Mayor.
May buntag kanimo Geraldine, may buntag kaninyong tanan o diretso na tagay natay daghang buhaton sa atong programa.
Mayor, usa na lang kasi mana og undas na. Unsa ang ato ang mga pahimangno sa ato ang mga residente sa Davao kung unsay bawal og dili nila angay buhaton?
Yes, as usual, ang direksyon sa police nga bawal tong magdaog mga saba nga mga radyo and everything because it's time for remembrance of the dead and you're supposed to be there to pray and to mag-reminisce ka sa reminiscence sa imong mga panahon sa namatay. Kinahanglan hilom ni unya walay inom, bawal ang inom, alcoholic drinks, intoxicating drinks. Bawal pod ang magdala og mga armas, bawal magdala og mga kutsilyo. Well, except those who are cleaning the graveyards. Katong the usual nga bawal. Bawal ang hinubog, inom, saba, and disorderly behavior. It's very important not to disturb the public peace, I said, because it's a day of remembrance and we are there to pray for to reconnect with the dead. So yan ang mga fundamentals yung araw na yan. Especially behavior, disorderly conduct, things like that. Not to disturb the public peace.
So, Mayor, ang mga mobisita sa ilahang mga minatay, kinahanglan pa ba sila, doon na ba yung mga nakakatag diha, no, para magbantay sa ilaha ang kaning ato mga kapulisan?
Marami. We will be fielding a lot of peace officers to precisely to keep the peace and orderly behavior for the day.
Okay. So, kita, Mayor, mobalik ta para sa ato ang bisita karong adlaw. Balik ta sa atong programang Gikan sa Masa para sa Masa ug karon atong makahinabi ang usa sa atong mga senador. He is the Senate Majority Leader. Walay lain kundi si Senator Alan Peter Cayetano. Maayong buntag,
Maayong buntag, Attorney Jen, Mayor. Maayong buntag sa kaninyong tanan.
Mga kaigsuunan ko, si Senator Cayetano, si Alan Peter, modagan pag Vice Presidente sa atong nasod. Karon ako siyang giimbitar dire sa atong programa haron maistorya pod niya kamo kay naa siya mga plano para sa atong nasod. I find him a very learned legislator, mainlaki, abogado, unya maayo og batasan. He's a regular guy and kung sa swerte he could be the Vice President of this Republic. Ngayon, kung maswertihan siya, mamatay yung presidente, siya yung ating presidente natin. Yung speculation lang yan. But actually, what I'm really trying to emphasize is that the vice presidency is very important. Kasi kung may mangyari sa presidente, he becomes the vice president. In this case, if he wins, God willing, ang siyala. Will be a president. And that is why it's not I'm trying to be funny, but that is really the truth. As equally important as the president. Because you'd never know, panahon ang buhay natin sa mundo. We must select the best thereabout. And I could say that si Alan Peter one of the, I said, most illustrious official sa ating bayan ngayon. So I would like to ask him to give us a rundown of his understanding about the budget and how it is very lopsided in favor to some regions and unfairly kagaya sa atin sa Mindanao. So that you'd have an understanding of what is it all about, a good grasp of, he knows whereof he speaks. So makikisaunan ko, I'd like to turn over the time to Senator Cayetano. Alan, can you?
Unang-una, dagan salamat, Mayor. Very humbling po yung sinabi nyo. Alam nyo po, Mayor, I always start out the speech saying kung ano man mga religion natin, no? Sa mga kapatid natin Muslim, Assalamualaikum. Sa Bible man o sa Quran, may nakalagay doon na for I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope in a future. So maganda ang plano ng Panginoon sa atin sa Bible, sa Jeremiah 29:11 yon. But it's the choices we make. So kahit maganda ang ating plano sa Visayas, sa Mindanao, sa Northern Luzon, kung lahat naman ng pera nasa Metro Manila, hindi ba po, Mayor, lumaki tayo sa history book, sabi ng ating dating Pangulo, I'd rather have a country run like hell by Filipinos than a country run by foreigners or Americans. Ang problema, minsan napaka-literal tayo. So sometimes our government is run like hell talaga.
It has come to pass, the prophecy actually.
Opo.
Well, we hope to correct whatever is ailing this country in the days to come. I hope you would make it. But maybe you can explain the budget sa ano.
Siguro unang-una, Mayor, di ba? Pag malaki ang problema, extraordinary yung problema, hindi pwedeng maliit yung solusyon mo, hindi pwedeng ordinary No? So yung kahirapan, yung peace and order, yung mga dinidiscuss nyo sa show nyo, Attorney Jen, no? Linggo-linggo to, and congratulations po pala. 16 years na po pala ang Gikan sa Masa. Sana naman po maging national para marinig din yung mga solusyon nyo dito sa Davao abroad. No? You know, the rules are always in favor of the rich, the powerful, and Metro Manila.
Correct.
So if you see po yung may hinanda kaming slide, ito po nanggaling, Attorney Jen, sa DBM to galing, no? Sa Department of Budget Management. Makikita mo po, 15% ng budget sa Metro Manila. Plus another 18%, dyan lang mapupunta yan sa central offices. May regional offices tayo, but since the central office is in Metro Manila, lahat ng embassy, lahat ng networks natin, yung main station nila dyan, broadsheets. Of course, may mga local media, but because all the activities, akala nung Manila politician na sa Manila, if you look, 33% ng budget na sa Metro Manila. So pag sinabing baha sa Metro Manila, mahaba pila, rather than decongesting and developing other areas, ang pera Metro Manila pa rin. No? Ilan ang nakukuha, let's say, ng Region 11? 3%, 4%. 1% is 30 billion, by the way, Mayor. Kung titignan mo naman po yung isang slide, 13 out of 20 poorest provinces sa buong Pilipinas ay nasa Mindanao. Na hindi naman dapat, kasi kung titignan mo sa mineral resources, fisheries, agriculture, napakataas ng Mindanao. So, siguro, Mayor, that's why pag umiikot po kayo, pag nakikinig kayo sa tao at binabanggit niyo yung federalism, kaya may kagat ang tao dito Kasi kung mahirap sana yung lugar at tinutulungan ng Manila, hindi sila kakagat sa federalism Pero mayaman ang Mindanao, pero sa Manila napupunta yung pera, maano sa tao, bakit nagkakaganon?
Masakit.
Senator Alan, nabanggit niyo po that the bulk of the budget goes to Metro Manila. Ano ba yan? Yan ba ang nakalagay sa ating General Appropriations Act, or is it on the executive on how to allocate the budget that was passed in Congress?
Well, before I answer that, dagdagan ko pa, no? So, nag-introduce, maganda naman to, no? Introduce ng ating Pangulo at ng Department of Finance yung PPP, yung Private-Public Partnership. Pero ang problema, kung titignan mo po, may slide ako dito, 2014, 2015. But if you review it, even the time of President Arroyo, President Era, pareho din, no? Most of the PPPs, 75 to 80% every year, goes to Metro Manila pa rin. Kasi dito kumikita ang mga businessmen sa mga highly populated area kung saan mataas yung mga real estate. So sa ibang bansa na nag-work yung PPP, ang ginawa nila, niliitan nila yung budget sa highly urbanized centers, tapos kinalat yung yung budget around the country para yung PPP dun sa capital. So dun sa question mo, how did it come about? I think it started nung una kasi, di ba, nung wala tayong capital, tapos ginawa yung NCR. Remember, Rizal dati yan eh. So nung ginawa yung capital na uso all over, 1960s, 1970s, 1960s, number 2 pa tayo sa Japan nun. So kailangan naman may airport tayo, kailangan yung palasyo ayusin, kailangan may EDSA. Nung inang ginawa ng EDSA, sabi masyado malaki. Ang problema, walang centralized planning. So yung over the years, hindi naisip na nung ayos na yung capital, how do you fix the other places in the country, no? Hindi rin na-predict siguro yung ang tao, mahal niya ang kanyang probinsya, mahal niya ang kanyang nayon, mahal niya yung kanyang lugar. So for example, no, ngayon, a big part of our economy comes from OFW money. But kahit saan kami punta, Mayor, sa pag-iikot, no? Punta ka ng Bohol, punta ka ng Zamboanga, punta ka ng Lawag, isa sinasabi ng mga bata eh, Sir, sana pagka naghanap kami ng trabaho, dito na lang. Why do we have to go to Manila? Or why do we have to go to the city? Or why do we have to go abroad para makahanap ng trabaho? But what happened nga kasi, nakafocus lahat kasi tayo sa Metro Manila and then to other highly urbanized areas. No? So, no one's talking about this because it's difficult. So like halimbawa sa Metro Manila, pag tinanong ng media, bakit baha dito? Mas madaling sagutin eh, ayusin drainage. Mas madaling sagutin, bigyan mo ng 200 million yung ayusin yung drainage. Pag sinabing bakit traffic, it's easier to say, alam mo, may ginawa ngayon sa NAIA, 2.7 billion. 2 kilometers lang yon. Pag nilagay mo outside Metro Manila yan, that's 100 kilometers of road na 4 lanes, no? So it just became so easy dun sa Manila. And then, syempre, nandun lahat eh. Nandun ang Kongreso, nandun ang Palasyo, nandun ang DBM, nandun ang media. If you look at the news, no, both channels no, na malalaki, yung earlier time, yun yung local news, yun yung pinapanood talaga ng tao. Pati yung language mo, pati yung everyday news mo, weather, yung sports, yung nagaganap. Pero pag pinanood mo yung national news, ang LRT, ang traffic, ang baha sa Metro Manila, yung crime sa Metro Manila, hindi naman national news yun eh. Metro Manila news yun. Pero dahil yan ang capital, yan ang bibigyan ano. So, syempre, ang politiko takot sa media. So, ang initial na sagot niya, panay Metro Manila. I read a article nga, sabi, bakit ang Davao may high-tech 911, CCTVs operational, and you're not even the capital, it's Metro Manila. So, that just shows you that not all the solutions are in Metro Manila. We can learn from outside Metro Manila.
But how is it, Senator, that despite na ang laki ng budget, the bulk of the budget goes to Metro Manila, eh ang problema na pagkalaki-laki, andyan dyan din, like what you mentioned, the traffic at yung pagbabaha at yung state of our airports, our international airports, how is it na hindi siya nasusolusyonan up to now?
And criminality and the drugs.
Well, kasi ayaw naman ng matapang na solusyon, ayaw naman na mabilis na aksyon eh. Ang gusto ng most politicians, ma-elect lang eh. Di ba yung performance politics sa atin, hindi masyado binibigyan ng premium. At pag meron naman magaling ang performance, hindi sa karap ko si Mayor, hindi naman nila ambisyon tumakbo. Pero yung mga may ambisyon naman tumakbo, eh mas meron sila, like me, no, sa dami kong nakaaway, maraming lumalaban sa akin o ayaw bumoto because I make a hard stand sa mga issues. But over time, nakakalaban ko rin yung ibang mga yon. So like in Metro Manila, once upon a time, it was a solution to build the C5, to build the EDSA. But right now, sa sobrang sikip, so katulad ngayon, no, so sobrang sikip, anong sagot nila? More roads, more drainage. So yung empleyado nanggagaling Laguna, nanggagaling Bicol, nanggagaling Central Luzon, nanggagaling sa Visayas. Pagdating doon, huy, ang ganda ng school nyo. Huy, ang ganda ng ospital. Meron kayong lung center dito, wala sa Visayas yan. Meron kayong children's hospital, wala sa Northern Luzon yan. Lumilipat ng lumilipat, lalong sumisikip. So lalong sumikip, so nagiging self-defeating na yung question eh. But I don't really know why people want ang magiging solusyon sa traffic, yung police take over MMDA. I mean, they're doing a good job and may konting but it's not a long-term solution.
So is there a problem in how the budget is being done in Congress?
Definitely. Kasi masama man sabihin at part man ako ng Kongreso, minsan nagiging semi-rubber stamp eh. Kung ano lumabas sa Palasyo, DBM, mga 5% lang may ng budget ang talagang Kongreso 95% dinidikta ng presidente. But most of our presidents grew up din naman in Metro Manila, na ano nila yung problema sa Metro Manila. None of them talk about real change, no, about yung nakakayanig na change. And then takot din makulong, takot din na magbigay ng mga solusyon na sometimes ideas kasi pag una mo sinabi, nagugulat ang tao at parang hindi pinapansin o kaya, but over time, federalism, di ba? If it was anyone else who said it, and in fact, some people have been saying it before, hindi pinapansin. Pero ngayon, isang oras ka lang sa kotse mo sa Metro Manila, wala pang 100 metro ang naano mo, nakikinig ka na eh. Oo, yung idea na yan, ganyan. But actually, hindi naman ngayon lang sinasabi ni Marian. He's been saying that for the longest time. But the idea has come, no? That's why people realize, nga, ba't hindi tayo nakinig, no? So that's why I'm thinking, ang role ko hindi lang tumakbo bilang Vice President, kung hindi itaas din yung mga issues, to ask the hard question. Sabi ko nga, hindi na uso yung Batman and Robin na President, Vice President. Batman and Superman na ang uso. Na you can be there. Kung magaling ang presidente mo, boss, suporta ako, tell me what to do. Boss, ako magbabantay sa mga pet projects mo. Pag namang medyo takot masyado yung kabinete magsalita at sabihin ng presidente, medyo paluin mo. O, di ba? Halimbawa, bakit ang social media at saka media ang nagsalita na pati balikbayan boxes, papakialaman ng customs? Wala ba man lang isa sa kabinete na nakatayo at nagsabing, ano ba kayo? Yan na lang ang konsuelo ng mga OFWs. No? So, remember, in the cabinet, it's only the president and vice president who are elected. All the cabinet are appointed by the president. So you also need a spokesman there. So like right now, we have good candidates, but all of them just offer something better. No one's offering something different. Walang, parang pagagandahin ko lang, hindi ko babaguhin ang Pilipinas. So without a candidate that can really change everything, I think my role is to ask them issues like this. And by the way, Mayor, Attorney Jen, no, etong issue sa budget, hindi pa namin napapasa budget for 2016. So kung sasabihin ng presidentiables na payag sila dyan, gawin natin this year. Sa November, we can still do it. Senator Grace is a senator. Senator Miriam is a senator. Senator Chis, ako, Senator Bong, Senator Trillanes. Si Mar, hindi man siya nakaupo. Secretary Mar, siya ang administration. So if we all say na, nga, bakit Panay Metro Manila, bakit ang Northern Luzon, Southern Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, hindi natin napansin? We don't have to make this a campaign promise. Ngayon pa lang November, wala pa nga yung Senate version, wala pa yung BICAM eh. So we can actually do it. Marami sa pinapangako ngayon ng mga presidentiables, yung reform sa tax, no? Kasi dati ang binabayad ng mga teachers, ng mga police mayor, mga 5% lang. Pero dahil nga hindi na index sa inflation, lumaki ang sweldo ng mga tao. Ngayon, ang ordinary nating teachers, government employees, jail guards, police, 30 to 32%. Pareho din ng mga pinakamayayaman. So everyone's promising na after the election, babaguhin namin yan. But we still have 7 months eh. So I guess yun yung isang appeal ng Davao style or Mayor Duterte time of action na if he thinks it's right, why wait for tomorrow? Do it tonight. No? But sa Manila, hindi ganun eh. Kung pwede mong gawin next year or next admin na natin gawin. Kaya whether you talk about the LRT, talk about the PNR, you talk about the airport mayor, it's always a problem of the next administration and not this administration.
Pasa na niya.
Speaking of the 2016 budget, Senator, ilang buwan na lang, magto-2016 na. So, unang-unang tanong dyan, aabot pa ba yan if you're gonna push for it to pass that law? At kung yung mga changes that you want to effect, masasali nga doon. Kasi that would mean a revision of the entire priorities ng ating gobyerno as proposed by the Executive Department.
If you look at the RH bill, nahati ang mga Pilipino noon dahil very, yung both sides. Pero that got through Congress. If you look at the sin tax, napakalaking mga kumpanya to and for decades may stranglehold to sa Kongreso, pero nung ginusto ng President, nangyari. No, nung time ko na chairman ako nung Committee on Mass Media, naipasa namin yung Freedom of Information hanggang BICAM. Hindi lang nagka-quorum sa lower house. So ang aking experience, Attorney Gen, Mayor, kung gusto, kaya. Kung hindi,
You know.
lahat ng palusot nandyan. But 7 months is not a short period. Napakatagal pa niyan.
So you have enough time.
More than enough time kasi pag yan sinabing urgent, sinabi ng Pangulo gusto ko yan, sinabi ng mga partido gusto, ilan meetings lang yan tapos mabilis na yan. Remember, these bills are not controversial. Sinong senador, sinong congressman ang ayaw na mas mababang tax para sa makawani ng gobyerno and for the middle class? Sinong senador, ilan lang naman senador na taga Metro Manila. At kung taga Metro Manila sila, may roots pa rin sila. Makinig ka ngayon sa radyo, pag pinakilala yung mga kandidato, eto si senador ganito, taga Ilocos yan, taga Pangasinan yan, eto si ganito, taga... Pagka-eleksyon, taga lahat ng ibang lugar sila. Pag budget, taga Manila sila. So actually, if you put it in people's face and you challenge them, it will happen. So when people challenge the LTO dun sa no plate, no travel, nagbago. When the OFW posted sa YouTube, sabi ko nga, Mayor, kung nakakapatay yung pagmumura, sa dami na nagmura doon sa customs o sa OFW, baka pati lahat ng congressman, senador, patay kung nakakapatay yung mura. So, when people clamor for change, it can be done.
So, Mayor, how do you think masusolusyonan itong centralized budget natin na concentrated in Metro Manila? Do you think practical at realistic na ma-decentralize yung pag-distribute ng budget all over the country?
Yes, but that would take that's a long shot actually to do it. The best way really is to change the system
Okay.
so that there will be a more equitable distribution. Because per force ganon ang federal. You have to give him his share.
So,
Ganon talaga. Because
in order to
and the
do
right
that-
of the retention is there, remember. That he retains what he collects and he contributes to the national upkeep. That's how it is done.
So, pwede ba yun na ang proposal naman ni Senator Cayetano is unti-untiin natin na i-decentralize? Number one, simulan sa budget.
Actually, walang conflict. Meaning, the best way talaga is pag federalist system kaagad kasi every budget, hindi na battle automatic na yon. But since some will say, meron pa dyang constitutional change, you need a strong leader, you need someone to see it through. What I'm saying, you can also do it in this budget. Pero tama si Mayor, how many will listen to us? Diba? So, but there are steps that we can take. Yung isang slide na nandyan, and I actually am filing this as a bill, Mayor, yung decentralization of Metro Manila. If we can move the OTC, for example, to Clark in Central Luzon, move the Department of Tourism to Cebu, no? Move DNR or DA to Davao. Diba? That's a small step, but they will bring their budget, they will bring their people. By the way, Attorney Jan, may isang kumpanya, I won't name them na. They had 500 employees, Mayor. Cebu, Quezon City, Makati. Humingi ng tax revision sa City of Taguig. We gave it. They moved their whole company with 500 people. After them, 100 companies moved from Makati to us. So, you know, there are many ways to skin a cat. Pero yung political will at yung tapang, diba? That's why ang clamor talaga ng people, ng tao, hindi yung plataforma, but someone who will actually do it.
So, sino yung someone na
Just
yan?
do
Yan
it.
ang tanong. Just do it, Mayor, ha?
Hindi ako. Only budget. Running
Sino
out
sa
of
tingin
time.
mo ang karapat-dapat? Who can push for that?
I hope the mayor doesn't mind, but I've said this in front of the COMELEC media, the Senate media. Magagaling yung mga kandidato ngayon. They are good people, but all of them offer lang making the Philippines a little bit better. Only one possible candidate in 2016, but he's not a candidate. Mayor
Possible.
Duterte can offer true change at pagbabago. Lahat sila may solusyon, pero hindi mabilis na solusyon at hindi matapang na solusyon. And I'm very surprised. Anywhere that I say this, pati yung supporter ng kabilang kandidato, umuo. So meaning they like their candidate, but they agree na hindi ganun kalaking pagbabago in-offer nun. More of the same, Mayor. So I hope you don't mind. I know may personal reasons ka. I know your family needs you at this time, but Filipinos are still hoping that you consider each and every one of them in family, and you know, nandun yung clamor lang, but I know, Mayor, na may isang decision.
They're still hoping for up to December 10, Mayor.
Teka. Yung maubusan tayo, but you know, the declarations of Senator Cayetano has to be given life. And the only solution there, or about the only mechanism that could make it really a possible thing would be for him to sit in the cabinet. Kasi pag ang presidente tapos na nanalo si Alan, tapos hayaan lang siya dyan sa opisina niya, and he cannot translate his ideals to a reality doon sa cabinet, mahirapan. So we just pray that the president, whoever, kung sino yan, maybe she or he would have the sense to, you know, get Alan into the cabinet to make use of his talent, ideas.
Baka daw ikaw yun, Mayor.
Hindi, ako. Hindi. Patayan na natin yung presidente
Pero
para
pang December 10, Mayor.
automatic.
Up to December 10. Nanghinap po sa pudal.
Belated happy birthday kang Kagawad Lita Impis. Police Superintendent Ruina Garma ay sa Santa Ana Police Station, ex-Kapitan Rugel Rivera, Kapitan Esmeraldo Pamat, James Gaisano. Nakita natin kanina. He was there sa Daniel Tan, Daddy, si Chris Go, Kapitan Angela Librado, Kapitan Erwin Piatos, Elsa Husol, belated happy birthday to, pag-pronounce niya? Zui?
Ayan. Daghang salamat, Mayor. Daghang salamat po kay Senator Alan Peter Cayetano. Daghang salamat kay Sheila Magpale for my makeup, Dr. Sara Lado of the Tooth Clinic, Otoy Mercado for grooming the Mayor, Metro Lifestyle Fitness Center, Bloom Facial Spa, Mags for my outfit, Ideal Vision Center, ug para sa atong lami ang pamahaw karong buntaga. Daghang salamat sa Yellowfin Seafood Restaurant. Mga kapamilyan, humanasad ang atong episode. Hangtod sa sunod natong panag-uban-uban. Daghang salamat ug maayong buntag kaninyong tanan.